Welcome to today's video. I am Lauren and today I'm walking in the forest, and in today's video I have a idea of how you could add color and effect to your neurographic art. I've got a couple of other videos about neurographic art that I'll link down below. This is just a creative way of doing neurographic art and I really enjoy thinking up these different ways, so I hope you enjoy this tutorial. I really like to spend as much time in nature as possible. It is really relaxing and calming, and I just feel like every time I get out into nature I can breathe and I can think clearly, and that is one of the nice things about neurographic art too. So today I'd really like to combine the two together. This tutorial is very much inspired by mountains and, on the other hand, rivers. I'm going to try and incorporate a lot of green into this tutorial today, as well as some browns and a lot of earthy kind of colors. Some yellows as well, maybe some black, lots of green. I'm also going to be adding in some blue to the artwork. There's lots of blue that's inspirational from the sky today, and as well as the river. If you like this video and you find it helpful, please do give it a thumbs up and subscribe. I'd love to have you here following on this art journey. I post lots of creative videos and I'm really excited to share more art with you. Let's get this tutorial started. To start out, you need to find a little rock or a stone. These ones over here are a little bit too big. You need something quite small. Some of these might work. I'm gonna search for a good one. Something like this seed would also work, or this, I think it's maybe an acorn, part of an acorn. Something that's rounded is good, but really any kind of small little rock or stone. And this kind of just helps bring our connection to nature and to earth when you're making the artworks. I'll show you how we're going to use it now. Here is a beautiful rock that I just picked up. This one actually sparkles in the sun, which is really awesome. So this would be another idea of a good size of a rock that you could use to create the beginning part of this neurographic art, mountains and rivers themed artwork. I would recommend doing this artwork in nature or outdoors in the garden if you have the opportunity, but obviously that's not required. And the main part of the artwork is going to be created with markers, but it's possible to use any art materials to create this and whatever colors you choose. Alright, so I have my two materials and I'm going to choose one to use. I think because the rock is more likely to stay still on this page, I'm going to use that, whereas the acorn, it just keeps rolling. It keeps on rolling. So if you were at a stable table, that would be a good option, something circular. Ooh. But because I'm kind of sitting on a slanted bench, I'm going to use the rock. And I'm going to place the rock at the top of my page like that. And I'm now taking, to start off, a light blue marker. So what I'm going to do with the rock is just going to guide my pen as I go. And you see, you kind of just move with the rock or the stone or the object until it goes off the page. Oh, hopefully I didn't lose it. Okay, so I just lost my rock somewhere in this area and I cannot for the life of me find it. If anyone can see it, leave a comment down below. I literally cannot find where that rock is. It's kind of like trying to find a needle in a haystack. There's so much camouflage with all the leaves here. So I'll probably try to continue using the acorn. That was a beautiful rock. I'm gonna miss it, but it probably belongs here in nature. So we will try to use this acorn and I'll try to show you the rest of the technique. So this is where I left off with my rock. So I'm placing the acorn there and I'm just going to, ooh, no ways, I just saw, there's the rock, yes. Yay! The rock will be a lot better for this artwork because it is a lot more stable. So I'll try not let it run off the page. And let's just keep going with that till there. Then I'll turn around. So you basically just keep doing this until you feel like you have enough of the lines across your page. I'm going to do a couple more. Okay, so this is about the amount that I want to have on my page. And now I'm going to start the neurographic process of rounding all my corners and just doing that everywhere that I can. This is a really relaxing part of the process. This is kind of what is the river part of the picture, and now I'm going to be working on the mountain. When creating this artwork, it is quite nice to have some big open spaces like these ones, and then a couple of the smaller ones too. So these big open spaces are where we're going to create the mountains. So I'm going to be using this highlighter, which is like a light green color, but any kind of colors are suitable. So what you want to do is create a circle in your big space and then keep creating circles around and around and around until you fill up your whole space. And this is essentially the mountain section of the artwork. I'm also going to choose some other areas to do some other mountains in. So we will have some smaller ones. And this one as well. So I've now finished adding all the spaces where I want to have the mountains. I've left quite a few open parts in the river, and I'm now going to take a blue that is darker than the one I used for my river, and I'm going to start coloring like this. So what I do is I color half of the shape. And I leave that this color kind of is going to bleed into the other color that I add over there. So I'm going to add this blue in a few different spaces on my river. Now that I've added that blue, I'm going to take a black marker, and the second part of the shape is where I'm going to be adding the black color. This just really helps create a nice contrast and helps the design sort of be quite bold in some senses, which I quite like, but obviously you could just stick with blues, that would also work. Maybe you can see, but the weather is shifting quite drastically over here. It's like I've actually felt a couple of raindrops, but I'm still optimistic because there is some blue sky over there. That I will be able to stay outside and do this artwork. Next up, to fill the other parts of my river, I'm going to take a purple marker. The reason I'm taking a purple marker is that I actually did see some beautiful purple flowers out by the river when I was walking here, so I think I will add those and also just create like a difference between the blue and that's on the page. So I'm gonna add that. The river is now finished. It has blue, light blue, purple and black in all of the different parts, and now I'm going to be working on the mountains. To start with my mountains, I'm taking this light green and I'm going to choose to color it in different parts of these circles. So if I did that one, then maybe I will choose to color this one over here, and sort of alternating where you add the colors. You might remember that I saw those yellow flowers earlier on, so I'm also going to add some yellow to the mountain part of the design. I'm also adding some brown now. Adding this brown is reminding me quite a lot of this acorn that we started with. It's very red sort of tone to it. And finally, just adding a bunch more green to the mountains, some darker greens. For the final step, you're going to take a fine liner, and anywhere that you see your lighter spaces, you're going to create kind of like just a little zigzag effect going around where the circular part is. And what this does is help our mountains look a little bit more like they are raised and going up. So you're just going to choose a couple of spaces to do this, and yeah, that's pretty much the entire design. The mountains and rivers themed art tutorial. So I hope you enjoyed that video. I hope you found it helpful and that you give this a try if you're interested. And yeah, it was a lot of fun to make, and it's quite a bright, colorful artwork at the end, and a lot of fun to make. So yeah, definitely recommend it. Thanks so much for watching this video, and I'll see you again soon.